Welcome to the Savvy Scribe, a podcast for freelance healthcare and medical writers who want to start or grow their business. Your hosts, Carol Bush and Janine Kalbach, will help you build a profitable health writing business without having to spend years figuring it out on your own. Now, let's join the conversation.
Hey guys, Janine here. Welcome to the Savvy Scribe. We are so happy to have you here today. This is an episode that was originally featured on the Healthcare Marketing Network Facebook group, and it's all about 6 tips on what to do when you lose an anchor client. Sit back, get a cup of coffee, drink whatever you're drinking today, pen, piece of paper, so you can write down some tips that I have. And if you don't get everything, if you're on a walk and you love working out while you're listening to our podcast, that's fine too. Everything will be in the show notes. And take a listen. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. Hey guys, Janine here, just popping in. I wanted to let you guys know about a strategic coaching program called the Savvy Scribe Growth Lab that we have going on right now. If you are a healthcare writer that is ready to start mastering those foundational skills needed to focus and land your first paid writing gig, join us. In less than 8 weeks, that is our goal for you. Carol Bush and I, the hosts of this podcast, are ready to support you with some group training, coaching, and co-working sessions, along with a lot of accountability. If you go to savvyscribegrowthlab.write, RN, like you're writing something, RN.net, you will see our landing page and everything that's included. Come join us. We're excited to have you, and back to the show. Of what to do when you lose an anchor client. Today is what to do when you lose an anchor client. Let me just go. This topic goes beyond if you get fired from a job. When you're getting fired from a job, you kind of know it's coming, right? You've been warned by an employer. If it's a writing client, you're kind of, you're not matching what their voice is, or it's just not a good fit for you, and you're kind of telling them that, and you know it's going to end. You have a little bit of leeway. Sometimes not enough still to land another client, but you still get a little bit. Whereas when there's things that go beyond your control, a project ends without notice, budget issues, decrease in staffing, things like that, or no longer using freelancers. You hear that one too. It's a big chunk of change. I mean, I'm talking about clients that are, $1,000 a month, which over time, that's a lot of money. And in the big scheme of things, that's $12,000 a year. So it's scary. And when it does happen, it doesn't matter, if you've been at this for years or at this for 5 minutes, it's a jolt every single time of, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And it happens to me, and it happens to everybody in our group. So I want you to know a few things. First, have time to have feelings. Really feel the emotion of it, but try not to panic. There's plenty of work out there. That's why we have this group. We know that there's jobs for all of us. And there's no reason for anyone to really be competitive, because there is work out there. You just got to find it, unfortunately. And there's ways to go about that. That's what I'm going to go into. But, feel sad, feel a little scared, feel a little unsure. Sit on it for a minute. Don't just jump, to the next thing right away. Give it at least overnight. Sometimes you need a week or so to let it kind of sink in. And then, you can move on from there. But try not to panic. Talk to someone who understands. Sometimes it's not your significant other. Sometimes it's not your best friend because they're not in the freelance stuff. Make sure you have a tribe. We have one here. And get connected with people, because when this kind of stuff happens, I swear to you, you are not alone. I think the first time I noticed I wasn't alone as a writer was when a friend of mine, we were Voxering. I don't know if you guys have ever used the app called Voxer. It's like a walkie-talkie. So it saves you phone calls, and it's quick voice messages that you can replay. Vicki Warren and I, we were voice messaging, and I'm sometimes I forget exactly what we were talking about, but I was like, oh my gosh, she understands. She gets it. She understands what it's like to be a mom and try to do this, and a nurse and try and do this, and trying to manage it all. So find your tribe. and find people that can support you, because you're going to need it when times like losing an anchor client happen. The next step you want to do, number 2, figure out run your numbers, find out what you need to make, find out what you lost. So say it was 1,000, which isn't that much a month, but again, it just depends where you are. I'm just using 1,000 because it's $1,000. Say it's $1,000 a month and it was one client. So now you need to try to find another client. So 1,000's easy. If it's way more than that, you're really going to have to run your numbers and see, what can I cut back on? Do you have things that you're outsourcing that you can maybe make it up somewhere? 1,000 a month can be a lot. Just depends, again, where you're at in this. Are you doing this part-time, full-time? When you figure that number out, that's how you're going to know, obviously, how much you're going to need again. Again, see if there's subscriptions out there that you need to cancel. Outsourcing, maybe you're outsourcing in your home. Maybe it's childcare and you can just have your kids home one more day a week. But if the 1,000 or whatever that number is something that you need to survive, make your bills with, electric, water, whatever, gas, whatever you need to do, obviously you need to make that up. So that's when we almost panic, because we're scared. We're scared to be out of, homeless because we can't make our bills because the client just couldn't afford us. So another piece of advice that goes with that, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have multiple clients, because you just never know. You never know. And as a business owner, there's times in your business that you can't afford things. So you cut things off. And it's just everybody has the right to do that. It's your business. So you figure out that number, and now it's time to go hunt. And again, let the jolt of the client loss settle, and then get out there. Talk to people, get that emotion out. It's very healthy to feel. So let your feelings show. Because then you're going to reach out, let your network know. Everybody has, well, not everybody, you have to get your tribe, right? So get your tribe of people, send them an email, send them a text. Hey, I just lost a really big client and I am now looking for work. Does anybody have spare stuff, or is there a client that you're overwhelmed with that you need help with? And people come through. They do. I'm not saying that they always do, but they do. And that's just one of the things you can do. Go back. This is another time to go back on your business. Go on your LinkedIn profile, update things, add more clips, change your headline, change your picture, publish a blog, do things like that to kind of get yourself out there again. Probably stuff that you've been meaning to do, but maybe been too busy with your anchor client to be able to do that. The next thing, this is number 4, you're going to make a list of potential clients. Again, this is kind of time consuming in a sense, because you haven't had the time in the past to do this because you're working so much with the other clients. So this is, again, time to focus on you and your business. Niche down a little bit. Find that ideal client for you and search them out. Find that company, find their competitors, send some letters of introduction, some pitches, and you'll get responses. You will land something again. Don't get down on yourself. Don't say, oh my gosh, I suck. I'm never going to make it in this freelancing world. I'm a fraud. Everybody gets that feeling because we're alone. Don't have that feeling. You are good. You are going to make it again. You're going to get yourself back out there. The 5th one kind of goes along a little bit of what we've already said. I just put update your stuff. So update your website. Maybe even think about a course or an opt-in or whatever you're doing with your group for your business. That's stuff that you can go back on now and perfect. You can go back on all your previous blog posts and kind of update them. This is time too to kind of put back in your business, and maybe you're not ready to just jump and find them right. If your lights aren't going to get shut off. If your lights are going to get shut off, you need to get back out there and find another job. But if your lights aren't going to get shut off, focus on your business and take time. And like I said, let it sink into a point that you're ready to go out there and find that ideal client again. Reach out to people on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, that's where I get most of my work and a lot of my connections. So the next thing you're going to want to do is make a plan and stick with it. If that's send 10 pictures a week, send 10 pictures a week. If that's reach out to 5 new connections, reach out to 5 new connections. Start to build your network again, and the work will come. Well, here, I'll review again. We got have time to feel and don't panic. Figure out what you need to do next and your numbers. Reach out to people in your network and let them know what happened. Make a list of potentials. Update your stuff and plan it out. When I just had a quick thought. When you go back to that client that said, Janine, our project has ended. We're no longer going to use you. I asked for a testimonial. It's been great working with you. Can you please just write something small so I have something on my website or something from, to put in my work history and, how great I was. If you guys haven't seen, I published my book. And it's for sale right now on Amazon. You can go to my website, writern.net/book. Jump over there and see that. And what that book's about is nurses that started their own businesses. I interviewed 30 plus nurses and they have given me their secrets to success. And there's also some bonus material in there if you're just starting out and need some help building your business.
Hey guys, Janine here, just popping in. I wanted to let you guys know about a strategic coaching program called the Savvy Scribe Growth Lab that we have going on right now. If you are a healthcare writer that is ready to start mastering those foundational skills needed to focus and land your first paid writing gig, join us in less than 8 weeks. That is our goal for you. Carol Bush and I, the hosts of this podcast, are ready to support you with some group training, coaching, and co-working sessions, along with a lot of accountability. If you go to savvyscribegrowthlab.writern, like you're writing something, rn.net, you will see our landing page and everything that's included. Come join us. We're excited to have you, and back to the show.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Savvy Scribe. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Until next time.